Hi, Floyd Fanatic here. I want to talk a little bit today about the circle of fifths, and I'm going to show you an exercise that I use to relate the circle of fifths to finding all the notes on the fretboard. Anybody can do this, intermediate, beginner, advanced, doesn't matter. It's just a little warm-up exercise that I like to use, and if you say the notes when you play it, or more appropriately if you sing the notes when you say it, then it helps develop your ear as well. So there's a couple benefits to using this little trick that I'm going to show you. What I have behind me is the circle fifths. If you don't have a copy like this, I would suggest finding one on the internet, maybe making one with with computer program if you have to. But this has a lot of music theory in it, very useful for a musician to have on hand and easy access to. It's blown up like this so I can see everything. What we're going to concentrate on today is this blue ring here, okay? And this is called the major triad ring, all right? What that is, a major triad is the first, third, and fifth of the key that you're in, and that gives you a chord that is the key that you're in. So if we're in C, we're going to play C, E, and G. That's the 1, 3, and 5. And that's going to be our C chord. Okay, and since we're working with a circle of fifths, that last note, the G, is the fifth of the key I'm playing, or the chord that I'm playing. So the next one I play is G. And that starts out with G, B, and D. D is the fifth. That is the next one that I'm playing. Okay, D, F sharp, A. The fifth of D is A. That's the next chord that I'm playing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play them up and down the note, up and down the neck, and I'm going to play. Pick my pickup. I'm going to play 3 strings, the second, third, and fourth string, with the root on the fourth string. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with the roots on the fourth string, think of a bar chord. That's an A. There's my root here as well. That's the octave. Okay, so I'm going to get the form of kind of like an F chord if it were an open F chord, but I'm only going to play 3 strings. The fourth, the third, and then the third strings. Okay, and we're going to start here at C, E, and G. So I get my C, which is up at fret 10. I play C, E, G. If you say it like that when you play it, it helps to memorize. C, E, G. G is the fifth. That's next. Slide down here to the G open pattern, or G chord pattern. Okay, G, B, D. D, F sharp, A, C sharp, E, G sharp, B. So I'm in B, D sharp, F sharp. Okay, now at F sharp, something interesting happens here where now I have 2 choices. I had some choices before, but keeping them, as a guitarist, I want to keep my hands close together. But instead of sliding to that, the F sharp up here, that'd be good for an advanced player if you want to work with these notes up here. But if you're a beginner, why don't you slide down to that one? So we're going to go from B to F sharp. Okay? And then after B, or excuse me, after F sharp, C sharp is my 5, but I'm going to change it to D flat, okay, in my head, and that's the nomenclature that's more commonly used, because the way the circle fifths work, if you think about B, E, A, D, that's one of those mnemonic devices people use. They want to keep that D, instead of calling it C sharp, I think it's more commonly called D flat. So if we go to D flat, that means I have an A flat as my 5, so I go down to A flat. Okay, and then there's my E flat. Okay, and then I've got my B flat. Okay, and then from B flat I go to F, or up here. Okay, but I end up here. We're back to C. So if you're sliding them up and down the fretboard and just practicing, again, we're putting grooves in our fingers. You can see the groove in my finger from doing this. It's helping build finger strength, helping build calluses. It's a great little practice. So you speed it up a little bit and this is what you get. You see I went off a little bit there. I played the F sharp up here instead of down there. Doesn't make a difference. As long as you're practicing saying the notes in your head or out loud is even better. Singing them is even better yet. Okay, that's the first way. There's another way I've discovered recently. I don't use it much, so it won't go quite as fast, but I want to show it to you. Using the G form. Okay, we're going to take the top. We're going to play the top 3 strings this time instead of the 4, 3, and 2. We're playing the 6, 5, and the 4. Okay, I'm going to start on C, but I'm going to use my pinky, my ring finger, and I'm going to stretch that index finger back to the 5th fret. There's my C, E, G. Okay. Now to go to G, I'm going to slide down, and I'm going to lift that index finger up, and I'm going to go open. G, B, D. Okay. Then up to D. Okay. Down to A, E, B, F sharp, D flat. Okay, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and then back to C. Okay, and you can do the same thing, sliding that up and down. Again, builds finger strength, get some notes in your head, and hopefully it's a good practice and something a little different. Now, you can also do it in the other forms, which are A. In the cage system, you have the A form, and you got the D form. But when you do those, they're going to be inversions. So you're not going to get C, E, G with a C. So if this is my C, you see I hit the E second, excuse me, the G first, then the C, then the E. So I actually took the G and I transposed it up here, and that's what's called an inverted triad. And the root of that is on that 2nd string instead of up on the 4th string where we had it before. So there's your G, C, E instead of C, E, G. And then it would go down to B, and from B is F flat, or F sharp, excuse me, E, F sharp, okay, and so on and so forth on around the board. I don't use that one very much. That's just something, if you like this and it works for you, you can play any of those. You can play A form. Anyway, hopefully that'll give you some tips to memorize the fretboard a little easier, understand the circle of fifths and how to apply it to the fretboard. Y'all have a good day. See you next time.